Hi, I am Nille I'm the founder of NilleViking. I am Danish, but 25 years ago I moved to Norway, to Lofoten, which is an archipelago far up in the north, where I got a job in the Viking Museum as a textile communicator. Back then it was quite hard to get good knowledge about it, about the textile, the clothing. It was only for academia. So I had to go to Tromsø University and study archaeology for a little while. And there the whole world with master degrees and papers opened, and I could start studying. So most of the time consuming is reading. And also very important is experimental archaeology. I've been working a lot with the warp-weighted loom, how the different spin and twin works in the loom, and how the loom work, of course, and how to design the models they used. They found so little clothes, but we can anyway say something about it from iconography and from those small pieces of textile we have found. So since I worked there in Lofoten, I have been writing 2 books. You might know them, and if so, thank you. I've also had classes all the way in Scandinavia, of course, but also in the US, which was a very nice tour over there. The last year I've been in Belfast doing a Viking movie, the first Viking movie with Viking clothing in it. It is a Robert Eggers movie with Alexander Skarsgård in the main role, key role. It was a super funny project. And also now I have, during this COVID time, made those online pattern sheets that you can download, and then you can make your dress tonight. And what you get in this is instruction of how to do them, sizes, what size you should have, and whatever, and the pattern sheet that you put out on the floor, gather it, tape it, and I do copy it, but I will show you that in this video. That's why I do this video. And if there's some pattern, I have 18 now, but if there's some more you want me to do, some specific find or whatever, then write it in the comment or send me a PM on Facebook. I will make children's clothing after Christmas, I think, but I hope I will get those 18 patterns you can download now. Them I do YouTube tutorials on how you can make them. It takes some hours of video. 2 of them are up now, the trousers and the coat for men. And tomorrow I will start on the coat for women. And I hope all 18 models I have now is as classes on YouTube for free this year. I might be optimistic, but I'll try. So now I've printed out a bunch of paper and I will gather it, then I'll show you the next step. So first thing to do is to take away the first 8 papers with instruction. You don't need them on the floor. And then you lay them out, spread them out, the paper, in the order that are on the papers, of course. Make sure they are lying corner to corner. And after that, you tape where they meet the corners. You can now choose to tape it all if you want to cut out the size you want. But some of my pattern sheet has several pattern shapes. For instance, the sleeve is here on the top of the backside, so there you have to make a copy anyway. Here I use a transparent paper from leftovers from the newspaper industry. It's a little thin, but it works. Also, you can use common pattern paper or baking paper or whatever you like. So draw all your size and remember the marks if there's any on them. So now you see here, because there is the sleeve is on top of the back piece, do you see that up there? Then I have to make another copy of only the sleeve. Okay, so now I've cut out all the different pieces. Directly from the pattern. What is important now is that you take your own measurement and control it, because I have different sizes, of course, in the pattern sheet, but size small can be this tall or this tall. So you need now to find out how long, this is for instance the coat, you need to find out how long you want it. And or your customer wants you, of course. So you need to put that length in, shorter or longer, and adjust that. And also, you don't really need that now, but you will save fabric if it's nice hand spun, hand woven, hand dyed fabric. Then you need to know how long your sleeve needs to be, and that you measure on your body. From the middle of the neck, over the shoulder to the elbow and down to the wrist. That is all that length. You need that. So you take it, when you have that, you take it to the shoulder width here, and then to the length on the sleeve. And then you can really cut off there if you want to now. And there's one more measurement that you need on this stage, and it's the breast width. And the width all the way around, really. I have added a normal, what is normal? Extra width in the pattern, depending on the size. And for this specific, it's easy because it's the coat going like that, so that's no. But if it was a dress, another one of my pattern sheets that follow your body, of course needs to fit your body. So you measurement, control that the width here is the width you want. And if you doubt how much width you want, then take a coat or a shirt or a dress that you like, that you're comfortable in, measure them, and that will be the measurement around the chest and the stomach and wherever, hip. So now and then you adjust the pattern, of course. Always adjust your pattern. If you make adjustment when you're sewing also, then you have a good tool to the next coat you want to make for yourself. Always write in the adjustment. Don't think you can remember it. I've done that mistake 1 million times. Don't do it. Do it immediately. go in and draw on your paper pattern sheet and then adjust it immediately. So you can now make a copy of what you have finished and add the seam allowance there. I always have one pattern sheet without seam allowance for adjustment. It's easier to do it without the seam allowance, and I normally don't have seam allowance on my pattern sheet if I shall only make one. If I shall make one custom made for one, I don't use the seam allowance. So that's it. I hope you will make a lot of nice, good, high quality Viking clothing.